Hello everybody, David here. Thank you for watching Crazy Narcissist Ex-Girlfriend. This is part 2 of my Q&A videos where I'm answering questions you guys asked in the last Q&A video. And any questions you have, go down below and ask me and I'll answer them in the next Q&A video. Every Monday, guys. Next question, Kay from Enfield, London. Hello, Kay. Kay has 2 questions. Can a person live a life free from abuse if you don't have abusive parents? Okay, you can live a life free of abuse even if you have abusive parents. You can have abuse even if you have great parents and not abusive parents. This can affect everybody, but typically, if you had abuse as a child, you have abuse as an adult. Okay, so we got to break that chain. But yes to your answer. Part 2, is obsessive perfection a form of self-loathing? Why do people strive for perfection? Yes, I believe so. I'm not talking about obsessive compulsiveness or obsessive compulsive personality disorder, anything like that. Basically, obsessive perfection, people, I think, are covering up their pain or things they're missing. It's feelings of inadequacy, and the biggest is feelings of worthiness, of low worth. Okay? So, if I feel chaotic in my head, I'll keep everything order in my life, and that feels better. A very common thing amongst people who have been sexually abused is they feel dirty, so they'll clean a lot and clean because they feel dirty inside. So a way to help ourselves feel like everything is perfect in life is to keep our life perfect, or attempt to. Strive for perfection is what we sometimes confuse with success. We need success, not perfection. A part of being perfect is making mistakes and learning from them and not making them anymore. Okay? I hope that helps, Kay. Thank you. Next question from Lizbeth from the United States of America. Hello, Lizbeth. If a healthy person made a mistake, what would they do to fix betrayal? Interesting question. What I would do is apologize. Okay? But, I think the biggest way to show you're apologetic or that you're remorseful or that you feel bad is to change it. Okay? Change it. Don't keep doing it, but even take a step further. My ex, who is disordered, also drank. And when she drank, she got physically abusive. So say, the first time that she hit me while she was drinking, and she passed out and woke up the next day, and I told her and I showed her, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, honey. It was because I drank too much. That's all. I love you. I would never want to hurt you. I feel so horrible. It's only because I drank. But the problem is when they drink too much the next night, that's not remorseful. That's not fixing anything. So how do you fix betrayal? I wouldn't know because I don't betray people. But, my God, that has got to be the hardest thing to recover from in a relationship, is betrayal. You have to be honest. You can't find out that the partner that you love and that you're so honest with isn't honest with you, that lied to you, betrayed you. Hard to recover from, Elizabeth. But definitely that's where, therapy could be of great use. So somebody that wants to fix betrayal wants to change. They want to fix everything. It's not just, ooh, that one little oops, I'm sorry, never do it again. It's well, let's change things, If someone is to betray you, they're not happy in their relationship. That needs to be fixed. So they start coming out and being honest. Look, I did it because I'm not happy. I don't get what I need. I'm really sorry. This is totally my fault. I want to change these things. I want to be honest and open about everything. I hope that kind of makes sense. Typically these disordered people don't want to admit fault. So they put it on you. They never say sorry. Or a borderline says sorry, 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 and then does it again. Jennifer from Colorado. Hello, Jennifer. What does it mean to be angry forever? It feels impossible to stop being angry. Jennifer, and you guys, try to watch my my video titled, Why Am I Angry? This is very common. Anger is the one emotion we tend to lose track or sight of the why, the source. And it's very important to know this. The reason you see so many people that are angry for the rest of their lives is because they lost sight of why. And they never did anything about it. So they're angry and they don't resolve it and they stay angry. And then after a while, they don't even remember why they're angry anymore. They're just angry, 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 angry. So your question, what does it mean? Well, it means you lost sight of your source of anger, I'm imagining. And it feels impossible to stop being angry because you have a lifelong history of frustration. Okay? So, what do? Find the source. Talk about it. I know I always say that, but it's just, what else can you do, guys? And it helps. It fixes things, talking about it. Okay? So find out why you're angry. Stop being angry. Feel your emotions. Feel things. If you need comforting, get comforted. Comfort yourself. Don't let somebody just ignore you. Okay? Willa Barnes from New Jersey. Hello, Willa. How common is murder, suicide, and a breakup with a narcissist borderline? Extremely. You can go and see all kinds of cases where couples, where someone committed suicide or murder, and once you look more extensively, almost always has some kind of personality disorder. Borderlines have thoughts of death and suicide already. Narcissists want to hurt you. Borderlines want you to kill yourself in their name. Narcissists want you to just die because of them, you know. Extremely common. I don't know what else to say. Extremely common. I would imagine most relationships where there is death and suicide, there's got to be personality disorder in there. Unless they're completely shit-ass crazy off their rocker. Pulse Deck. Would love to know where you're from, Pulse Deck. I was diagnosed with PTSD because C-PTSD was not in the DSM. Is it now? No, it is not. It is not currently in the DSM-5, although PTSD is. Okay? Hope that helps. Yeah. Well, at least your therapist knew you had PTSD. Okay? Complex. The C is complex, and that's a little more difficult. That's why it's complex. It tends to be not just from the one source. You know, PTSD would be like soldiers going to war, and they have PTSD after war. We have PTSD from our childhood, which is triggered again by these relationships, okay? Kim Gray from Alabama. Hello, Kim. Can you talk about borderlines going into psychosis? Yes, before in my borderline video, and you guys should check it out. It's a half-hour long video on borderlines, lots of information. And I talk about how they slip into psychosis. Now, don't forget, borderline means borderline psychotic. They're like that close to going crazy. But what happens when they go into this rage, and I talked about this before, where a borderline goes into rage, and that's basically they didn't get their own way. So a borderline is born out of trauma between 2 and 4 years old, typically. Now, we've seen children go into temper tantrums, right? Because they don't, why? Why did they not go into a temper tantrum? Because they didn't get their way. Their sadness was not comforted. What they want, they didn't get. Massive frustration. So a child goes into a temper tantrum. They fall on the floor, kick and scream in circles, right? So that's all neat when they're a child. But when an adult grows up and goes into that, that's scary as hell. When you have a 240-pound man go into a temper tantrum and slip into psychosis, that is scary as hell. Psychosis would be hallucinations, delusional thinking. They slip into this. They get so crazy. They cannot handle their emotions. Total dysregulation of emotions. They can't handle things like you breaking up with them, and they slip into psychosis. That's that crazy rage. That's when they're attacking you, and they're just, no, don't leave me. And they're almost not talking, and you try to talk to them, and they're not even, it's not even getting in their head. They will do things they don't even remember. Borderlines will cut and slit your fucking throat and not even believe they did it the next day. It wasn't me. I didn't do that. They're gone. They're out there in fucking la la land. You know? Hope that helps. Sem from Finland. Hello, Sem. Okay. Ex-narcissist found out later was married during the 3-month relationship you had with him. I told the wife, and they seem happy on social media. So, Sam dated a narcissist 3 months, and during that 3 months, you found out afterwards that he was married the whole time. So you contacted his wife and told him, and she just blocked you, ignored you, and they're all happy together, aren't they? Now, you got to ask yourself, okay? You have to ask yourself something. Do you react anytime somebody you don't know tells you something about somebody you love? That's just one. 2, there's something called this cognitive dissonance, and that's where we kind of lie to ourselves. If we don't fucking see it, we don't believe it. Okay? She lies to herself. Who knows what's wrong with her? She could have a disorder herself, dependent personality disorder, where pretty much she's just going to let him walk all over her no matter what. Okay? But there are things that then there's reasons and there's times you should have left. And I'm sure there might be a family or a family member or a friend that said, "What are you doing? This person is horrible for you." And you stayed. You know? David, love to know where you are. David, why does it bother me when I see my ex with another man? We still see each other because of our child. Well, there's one reason. You have to break it off with these guys. Now, I know you have children. I'm not saying, I understand you have to deal with them. But that's why it's harder, because you got to break off that attachment. It has to be final for you. You don't want to see her with other men. Is there a way, David, that you don't have to see it? Is there a way? I always say this: drop your child off at school, they pick them up at school. They drop them off at school, you pick them up at school. Don't see them, don't talk to them. Have a lawyer figure out all this stuff, and then they stick to it, and that's it. I hope, I know this is hard, David. I know, but you've got to finalize it in your head, okay? You got to start telling yourself what to think and how to feel. Do you want her back? Tell yourself that. I don't want her back. Why do I care? Who cares? She's a nasty scumbag. She's gross, disgusting. She's been with 100 men. Who cares which one it is? Meh. I mean, you got to start doing this. That's the only thing you can do to survive. Okay? My friends and family, and this is David's other question. My friends and family would think me a pussy for calling this abuse. Is this really abuse? Well, David, do you need them to tell you? You should be telling them. And this is what I always say, you guys. When you realize you're with someone disordered, that you lived with someone disordered, that you were married to someone that disordered and you didn't know, it's time to evaluate all relationships. Because that's not the only person that's disordered. It's not the only person that's toxic. It's not the only person that uses you or hurts you. I guarantee it. That would be impossible. That's the only person in your life. So it's time to evaluate things, David. And if your friends and family don't support you, what do you need them for? Do you just want to show them that you're a good person? Don't they think that already? Aren't they concerned with how you feel? Because all that matters is how you feel, David. Doesn't matter what you do, right or wrong, how you feel about it. Okay? This is how you feel. So if they care, they'd be interested to learn and to listen. But also know that we have C-PTSD, and that makes us push people away. It makes us kind of act weird and say weird and do weird things. Very intense. And people kind of push you away. But as far as just dismissing your pain and saying, "Oh, this ain't abuse," they don't know shit. And if they cared, they'd find out. They'd listen to you, David. Because you can call it whatever you want. All that matters is how you feel. How that person made you feel. Give it whatever title you want. Right? Christopher Riley from the United Kingdom. Hello, Christopher. Can C-PTSD cause autism? Can it be misdiagnosed as autism? Well, Christopher, I'm not a doctor, not a scientist. I don't know. My guess is no. I don't think C-PTSD can cause autism. But that is something for you to look into. Okay? New discoveries are being found all the time, aren't they? I believe autism is something you're born with. CPT is something that's caused by your environment after you're born. That's what I believe. Can it be misdiagnosed? Can a doctor misdiagnose someone? Yes. Can this happen? Is it possible? Anything's possible? I don't know. I don't know. Great questions, Christopher. Look into it. I don't know really how much more I can look into it. Whatever you find out, let me know. Because autism affects a lot of people in this world. And I've also had lots of clients that are autistic. So autistic people seem to be a big target for these people, for these predators that prey on the people that need help. Okay? I hope that helps. That's it for the questions, you guys. Thank you very, very much. If you can, please vote for my video with a thumbs up or down. It doesn't matter. They all help. Please go down and give me a comment or something. Helps this video be promoted. It helps this information get out to people that don't know about this. Okay? You needed help. Other people need help. Okay? I want to help everybody. I want this to get out. If it can help just one more person, do it, please. Promote the video. Share it. Put it on Facebook. Anything. Just promote it. Put it in social groups, networks, stuff like that, where people, need help and have questions and need answers. Bring them here. Let them ask me questions, okay? Let them find out information that can help save their life, okay? Thank you, all of you, very much. Thank you for your donations again, all your encouragement, all your help. Thank you very much. I love you all, okay? All of you, love yourself first, always. Take care. I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye. Danny Dog Productions.